specifically as one that Glaive is just a god on when you get to the defense.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. It's definitely interesting, but Astralis, they're so good on the T side as well. Do not underestimate them, and we're live in the game, and they have got a lot of smokes on that T side. Blowing up the door, throwing in a flashbang and a smoke to get down, and they've got two people, and Glaive with a headshot. That is such a huge amount of success. Now, Simple did flank around to take down Glaive, so that's not bad, but popping open the door, and Dupree will take the fight. Perfecto there, but the bomb, oh, they actually come off it. I think he almost wanted to do it immediately, Sip, but he waits.
He did, but he was the only one in the bomb site, and that's a great follow-up kill from Simple. But Device is lying in wait, and Simple's got another one. A third player coming to challenge, and Simple's ready for that as well. A beautiful performance, 4 kills, starting out with the CZ. He's got Navi on the board, 1-0.
I'll be honest, from that setup, I thought Astralis were going to have that round every single time. I can't believe Simple actually brought it back. This kill is not insignificant at all, but it's just that everything that happens since.
That's filthy.
I thought he was going to lose this fight too. That's crazy. I mean, it was a really cool idea for Astralis, and I even think the idea worked. But then Simple happened.
Well, Perfecto happened and got the kill that forced Zipnix to get off the plant because he was the only one in the site. If he gets that down and then falls and dies, that's an easy defuse, so he's trying to play for the win. And Astralis in this round going to full save. No Deagles, just the one P250 on Dupree. So should be a chance for Navi to get their money established early on.
And Navi with a good start, that's helping out a little bit. Oh, it's not quite reflecting it, I guess.
Getting worse, and it makes sense. I mean, most people probably thinking exactly what we in the desk just talked about. Nuke, a daunting task against Astralis.
Yeah, it truly is. See if the MP9s could get some action. So far, it's the rifles, so slightly less of a kill reward on those. But I think right now they just want to establish a good lead and just make sure that they can feel a bit more confident than they really did on train. It's been spotted, so Glaive will eventually get hunted. And a second round on the board for Navi. But now this next one, though, because of that previous save, Astralis are going to have a little bit to work with. And now those MP9s, it's not that they're useless or anything, but in the wrong kind of setup, they could be a liability all of a sudden.
They really can be, especially against those creeks, so we'll see how they position the SMGs. The nice thing is they have full sets of utility, right? At least they can slow things down, they can use those to get close up, the flashbangs to get into some kind of a range to be effective. Molotov's out, Glaive gonna be the aggressor towards outside. Eats a little bit of nade damage, down to 61 health. And there's a gap in that smoke, a big one, in fact.
Yeah, but so far Dupree's in front of it, and Glaive will surely see that gap anyway, and that's going to be suspicious and not something you want to try and challenge.
Well, the tough part is he doesn't have a smoke to close that gap if he wanted to cross, so he's going to have to back away. Spots the peek from Electronic, but no real danger as long as Electronic doesn't overextend.
Device is kind of working the ramp at the same time, and that's where Flamey's holding with one of those MP9s.
Magus is paired up with him as well. So yeah, Flamey's gonna have a task. He'll have to drop down if he has contact. He's got no support coming, so that's a tough fight. Big win for Electronic. And there goes Flamey to the lower bomb site.
Oh, there's the pressure put on. Simple rotating in. That's one of the AUGs gone, or the AUG that they had. And this is a big problem now. 50 seconds on the clock, and Flamey in a position. But again, that medium range for the MP9, it's not exactly great. They'll get the one, and it actually turns around. What a great job from Flamey. That could have been nothing at all. Instead, it's a 2-on-2. And plenty of health there on the Astralis side, which is a bit of an issue. We nearly caught that Dupree now. Is the timing going to be against him? He's kind of looking the wrong way, and Perfecto will take him down. That is some unfortunate timing. And Magus now in a 1 versus 2.
He knows where both of them are, though. They at least have the information to call that out. So Mega's going to get aggressive towards the window. He's going to peek. He's going to find that kill. The pounce needs to be right now, and Perfecto not expecting Magus to be posted up. Big win for Astralis.
That was the information that you talked about. That's the kind of play you could really only make if you have some sort of internal map about where they are just as that happens. So really close call, but it works out in favor of Astralis. And that's the third round here. Flamey, this is good, though.
I don't know if the battle before that, when Simple went down, he rotated into ramp room and took a wide peek, and I don't know if that's miscommunication about Flamey dropping, or possibly Simple extending and trying to do too much, which would even make sense considering what we just witnessed on train.
Yeah, no, that's true. probably Simple does have some sort of long-lasting PTSD, just knowing that I probably am going to have to get 2 or 3 kills in a bunch of these rounds to make this work. So hard to blame him, isn't it? 4th round, and what we're seeing is pistol upgrades, armor, and a couple of grenades there on Navi's side. Which, it's hard to blame them. Playing CT side on Nuke with... If they forced into this round, the utility would be really terrible. There'd probably be a bunch of FAMASs, and that can be exploited from Astralis really quickly.
Ooh, I'm actually kind of surprised to see Navi kind of drop down and go for this half-buy and not fully invest. Here we go, 2-1. Utility out towards the door, fire exchanged. Nothing fast-paced, and this time it's just Glaive outside. He's already at the red box. He's fast-paced. There's that follow-up smoke to close a gap and deny information. Force some rotations out of Navi to be respectful of that lower bomb site.
And they need some early kills with the pistols here, or it's not going to be a round that's even really worth talking about. So far, that hasn't happened. Spotted out. That's the lone deagle on Flamey. And they pretty much know by now. And Astralis are playing this one like just really well paced. Nothing crazy is happening at the moment. They know that they can just take their time with this. I don't even know what Navi... I mean, at this point in time, you're hoping that someone at a corner with that CC could get into a series of fights. Electronic will take one.
It's important that he's not traded as well. He brings it into a 4-on-4. That could have been a big thing for Astralis to get. You can see they're keeping some range between them because they have the rifles. And I mean, this is where it gets even dicier. If they make their way all the way up to heaven, how do you really defend against that with just the CZs? Aggression in towards lobby. They found one. They can salvage that weapon.
Well, now it's very interesting, not just because of the advantage, but the time that's left.
Flamey.
28 seconds. You're right. He's still hiding in that corner with the deagle. They do check for it, but an instant headshot to take one down. They'll get it, but only 20 seconds on the clock. They can't really afford to be slowed down now. That's a heads-up peek from play. That's so well done.
They spotted him on the jump. Perfecto had no idea he was spotted. I don't think he would have held that angle, but the door is open. Boomich has got to be careful behind him. It's all down to timing. They know where he is as well. And now he got that with the jump. Glaive's going to try and plant this bomb. There's no time. They just need to survive, and Boomich has got that as well. 3-1.
Wow.
Navi just barely holding on to that round.
That was, I mean, from that initial kill from Electronic, I think the follow-up when they push into lobby, that's where things get really strange. And again, playing around those smokes, he's really been doing that a lot. But just the fact that they get that kill in lobby when there's about 30 seconds left, that puts all the pressure on Astralis all of a sudden. What a turnaround. Simple with the AWP now. The excitement on Navi, don't get to see that nearly enough. That was a lot of work that Astralis had put into getting into that position, and you can understand the frustration from their point of view.
I mean, here's the thing. If that kill doesn't come out in lobby with the aggression, then that Heaven play is the game winner. There's no way to really stop that. The fact that he goes down shies them away from Heaven, forces them to ramp room, and there's just enough staggered defenders and weird angles that Astralis couldn't clear at all. So Navi keeping their grip on this defensive side so far.
Yeah, definite game changer. Some deagles being picked up there on the T side, but ultimately this should again be somewhat of a cleanup round for Navi, and especially with that AWP in play, that's what you want. Megis showing up and instantly getting taken down. It's not even getting a chance, are they?
No, that's a tough angle to fight from with just pistols though, peeking out of the hut when there's so many different vertical angles. And this time, Simple and Flamey both sticking around, both working together. A rare miss for Simple, but an easy cleanup for Flamey, and even tapping away Device, the last one left. Would love to get at least one kill out of this. Navi, on the other hand, would love to survive with all 5 players, build some money.
Yeah, just don't even really go for it. All he's doing is saving a deagle if it comes to that. So, I mean, he's obviously not going to try and save it. That would be truly ridiculous. 14 seconds and immediately taken down by Flamey. 4-1. I'm excited about this. I think this is a much better start, obviously, for Navi. And it's also not just Simple and Electronic at the moment on the scoreboard. It's early days, but you want to make sure that doesn't repeat itself. Now, Astralis, obviously, they're going to have a lot of different tricks on this T side. So still a lot that can be attempt it from their point of view. But it does change the equation a lot when Simple's got that AWP. He can be everywhere with it. Oh, smoke interrupted right there, so you see the huge gap.
It's happened a couple times now. That's the third time we've seen such a big gap. Glaive gonna... Ooh, there's still a massive gap in that. They have to know. Surely they see that device. Maybe he does it. Maybe he didn't realize it quite yet, but he found out in the end. In unfortunate fashion, so Glaive is just going to ignore the smoke wall altogether and step in front of it, and this might be perfect. He might have such a disgusting timing on this.
Yeah, if he turned that corner, I don't think Electronic could have seen that coming, but I don't know. Is Glaive going to try and go first here while the rest are in lobby? It'd be amazing distraction if he gets a kill, but on the other hand, if he just goes down, then those three in lobby aren't really doing anything from the rest of the round. I mean, that's hard to make any kind of a play behind. There's a bit of a grenade as he does cruise around the corner, almost running and gunning down Simple. That would have been a headshot. But now, I don't know, a lot of this has been red, I think.
He's got to let his teammates do the work from here. What a good kill to find. Glaive is wreaking so much havoc. This defense has no idea where the hit's going to come in. Flamey's going to be tested. That's the bomb down. He's going to try and get away, and he's just barely going to do it. Around the corner, but Glaive still lurking.
He's thinking about it. Electronic should have every chance to win this fight. He's read that so well. And Flamey standing tall with the M4. Magus down to 9 health and under 30 seconds. Yeah, they are playing this really well right now, Navi. In spite of Glaive, actually, I don't know, playing better than you would have expected out on the yard. He's going to be going down. No chance, even for a bomb plant. And another round on the board here for Navi. 5-1. This is working out very well at the moment.
Yeah, at least for the start, for these first 6 rounds that we've played, that's the Flame you want to see in this series that we didn't get on Train. You can see the difference. 4-round lead. And Astralis going to be forced on to Deagles. Now, they have an uncanny ability to win these kind of low-buy rounds on every map, but on Nuke especially, it seems like they win them at a higher clip, and I have no statistics to back that up. That's just a general eye test feeling.
Well, someone will get on it. We'll find out one of these days. I don't really disagree. This time the smokes do not get interrupted, but unfortunately they have pistols, so it's hard to celebrate too much. They're going to try and see if they can beat that Molotov, and a quick trade.
Electronic has to just be like, what the hell is he thinking? Glaive going to keep moving forward. SMG is going to be there to greet him, but Flamey doesn't want to commit, even though he has a teammate with him. This is awkward. I don't think Navi has a single read of where Astralis is. They're spread all across the map, and this is what makes them so scary on these rounds once you get that initial kill.
I mean, I think it was Device that went down with the bomb and the AK-47 because he had no armor. But if he lands a quick headshot on Flamey in that scenario, it's a bit of a disaster. Now they've pretty much secured everything here. Glaive, the best he could do is, again, do a little bit more economic damage. But any dream of actually getting a bomb plant and fighting for that, it's obviously washed away.
You can pick up that AK-47 though. That might allow him to get a good shot onto Flamey inside of that lower bomb site, and he hears the sound cue. Low HP, it's got to be an immediate headshot.
Nearly saw him. I think he nearly had the right idea. A couple of seconds left, and Flamey's just out hunting for him and actually caught him mid-air, mid-jump.
Flamey's going to be fine with that, though. He had low HP. I mean, not low HP, but he was going with the SMG, just trying to find out the position. It's simple. That would be the costly loss if Glaive can find this kill, and he did just spot the head. Missed shot. Maybe not a fight Simple wants to take. That's pretty ballsy to keep re-peeking into it.
Yeah, Glaive knows he's just being baited for time at the moment for more people to show up. 9 seconds, and yeah, he's got to find a way to die right here, and he will. So they do a bit of damage, but I think Navi are fine with all of this. 6-1. Yeah, it's a decent run through. I mean, why not? You've got pistols.
Well, I mean, remember, Electronic had that nade out as well when that exchange began. If he was able to get that out of his hand maybe a half second earlier, that would have been a double kill, including the flames. Still, a pretty close round, all things considered. Astralis had the chance. They had some of the players all across the map and able to find some one-on-one fights, just not able to complete them. It's Zipnik's this time afflicted with the, I don't know.
The curse.
The curse of that doesn't let you kill people.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? It's got the, well, nearly got the 007 thing going on.
That damn assist.
Just the one thing ruining it at the moment. Yeah, kind of a, I don't know. It's so strange because your feelings about how this first half has been is going to be colored by the fact that Navi turned that one round where they just had pistols.
Yep.
Otherwise, this picture is probably going to be a bit different. But that doesn't really matter in the sense that Astralis still need to find a way to obviously start putting on more rounds. We know they can. They're very good on T-side Nuke. Definitely an absolutely dangerous team. But until they actually prove it, Navi are just going to be happy to cruise along here. Electronic once again trying to play the edge of the smoke. Got to be very, very careful. I would say this is a tremendously exposed position. He's got no backup out here right now anyway. He's just playing this one on his own, which seems frankly slightly mad to me.
Well, mad when he does it. When Glaive does it, we praise him. We'll see what Electronic can deliver. This kind of a play is all about what you provide your team. There's the shadow, but Glaive ducks right beneath the shot.
Flash to set it up and Simple. Not going to take the chance there, but now he's actually slightly exposed. He might want to try and get out of this position. I'm sure if he's realizing yet. Boomich going down and Simple. He's going to get the kill, but Glaive is right there behind him to punish him. That's, I don't know, the A-yard defense crumbling for Navi. Still a 2-on-3.
Chance to recover. But no one has moved downstairs just yet. They don't have the information, and this is going to be a plant. And actually, I mean, even in a 2-on-3, might be a scenario. Flamey and Perfecto save the weapons, preserve the economy. Flamey's only got 600. Electronic down at 1,300. Yeah. I think the money has got to be the name of the game in this round for Navi. So just back away and let Astralis get their second round.
Flamey finding the AWP. If you didn't want to save already, now you definitely have to. I don't really mind that Electronic is playing close and aggressive out there. What I don't understand is, Simple was close by with the AWP. If he was just distracting them or anything.
It is weird. If Simple's going to move into that position eventually, why not just set that up right from the start?
And even if he's not there with the AWP, let's say he didn't have that for the round, just have him have a flashbang or something so that, because if Electronic wins that first fight against Glaive, you have to assume that that's all he's going to get. So yeah, I just wish there would have been a little bit more of a backup out there. But fair play, I mean, could have turned out differently. 6-2 though. And Astralis not so much winning with some, great strategic play here. Just getting the right openings, I think, at the right time. Oh, we didn't even see that.
Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. That's his first kill as well, right through the smoke. We saw him have one of those on Train from ladder room in towards E-box as well through the smoke, so knowing his angles. 3 Kriegs, 2 AKs, AWP still in Stimple's hands. And this time it's going to be towards Flamey. They're going to test him again. He's standing tall on this map so far, and once again he's got a first kill, massive amounts of damage, and Simple's going to finish off Dupree.
Even just the fact that he did damage to so many more players, that's really going to hurt them. They take ramp room, but Navi don't care about that for the minute. They still need the bomb plant, and with only 3 people alive, that's going to be very tricky.
They have 2 players downstairs already, and Simple is rotating as well from Secret with the AWP. Oh, Electronic. Gonna have a tough task, stepping in front of that smoke to check for information. Bomb does go down, but Magus now has to get in some kind of safety. Simple, there's the door open. Oh, and he can't find him quick enough. And an awkward angle now in towards the door. Boomich is in some trouble, and he doesn't know it yet.
They still have some smokes and a Molotov here on the Navi side. They could do a lot to try and force them out. That actually does nothing. No one's hiding in there. So far, some of the grenades just missing a little bit of chance, but Magus will go down. And now it's Glaive 1 versus 3. He has a Molotov of his own. If they are not careful, could be a little bit of an issue there. He tries to I think it went way too far. There should be no problems in the defuse. And that's going to be another round for Navi. 7-2. Really no panic at all, I think, for Navi in that retake, which is nice to see.
And it's nice to see them taking fights in open space and winning them on this map, unlike on Train. That's been the big difference. That's a great retake right there. They didn't have to use their utility. And no one could really get comfortable. That's the benefit of having Navi make those rotations earlier. You can see Magus was in a really awkward spot on that ramp. Didn't know where to go to find safety. A little bit of a shake of the head. 7-2, and Astralis still cannot string rounds together.
Surprised they have money to buy even here, Astralis. I think that from their point of view, the only thing they can look for is the fact that Navi haven't built an amazing economy themselves. That has to be the silver lining at the moment. Which, I mean, that's only fun if you actually eventually turn it. Otherwise, it's just all hypothetical for a long time.
1 kill on Dupree, 1 kill on Zipnik still. Both of them 1 and 9. And Astralis lining up for a set piece towards that upper bomb site. Glaive to attack in towards Mini Electronic. His attention, where he's looking, is going to be huge. If he gets peeled away, that's going to open the opportunity for Glaive.
Yeah, they just need that one little piece to fall in place, and then they're good to go. Smoke up in front, so now it feels like they're really getting slow. If I'm Glaive, I don't want to be out in the yard for a whole minute. This is a lone time to be out here alone.
Yeah, that follow-up smoke towards door is just like, oh god, I have to still just wait until you're ready. Another 17 seconds. There's the flashbang, there's the clear, and that's exactly why it gets awkward. That's too long to just be sitting out there making no presence known.
And now the rest of this push is really unimpressive because it's so signaled. Electronics already cleared the one side, and now they're just all stuck on top of each other. Nothing about this is actually what we want to see, except for Navi. Again, just the timing on the smoke and the fact that they clear the yard with the flashbang, that is all great. Electronic with a quad kill. He's up to 14 and 4.
Yeah, he's actually been pretty phenomenal outside. You know, forget about that one round that he pushes and isn't able to get anything, but outside of that, when he's playing in Mini, he's done a very, very good job. That's not an easy thing to do, is neutralize Astralis' outside hit. Their whole T side, you know, at times is predicated on them having success out there, and more often than not, they're able to have that success. Here, however, running into a bit of an obstacle. I think Flamey as well has been a rock in ramp room.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the way that he's played that with really any weapon they've been able to give him. He's still done a good job not getting himself killed needlessly, falling back and playing defensively when he needed to, and just doing a fair bit of damage. It's been worth talking about. 8-2. Don't normally see, I mean, Astralis, you know, again, it's not like a disaster or anything, but just that little detail of them setting up for it and then delaying it. And I'm sure in the end, the smoke was delaying them, but even before then, they were just on that edge, waiting, and you can't really do that. Not when he's alone out there. Device has got a creep, and we have some deagles in play. A lot of deagles, in fact. If they could steal an awkward round here, that would be a good way to get started. And there's Device. Flamey, he wasn't expecting that simple. Over-rotating, really way too committed to that fight. A double opening for Device, and that's a big problem. He's ready for more. If Electronic opens the door, he might go down, but actually he catches Device at a really good time, and he'll follow it up with the bomb going down. Electronic, he's a hero right now for Navi. He wants more, and finally he'll be brought to an end. Boomage, that's a scary fight. The smoke, though, he almost has to do something or his teammates will be alone for a long time.
This is tough. Perfecto going to come in for the flank, but if Boomage can't get there, there's no point in Perfecto even moving in. Boomage going to head, he's going to evacuate that fight at ramp room, heading down the vents. It's a lot of time, though, and a lot of noise, and Astralis has this information. As you mentioned, money not great for the Navi side, and they're still going to go for it.
He wanted to do the spam like he did earlier to Device, so he's trying for that same thing. But as you said, he was making noise almost the entire way, so they were absolutely ready.
And just the amount of time left on the bomb by the time he even got down there, I still don't think it was worth it, but wanted to take a shot, wanted to take a crack at the retake, and Astralis up to 3.
Yeah, those thieving Danes stealing away around.
2 kills for Device entering into ramp room. And again, Simple getting caught with an overextension.
Yeah.
That's a tough one way for Flamey to deal with, but that one right there is way too far.
And Electronic really doing his best to try and bring him back into the round. Third round there is... It might not seem like a lot, but don't give them anything to work with. Electronic, a little bit of pressure outside, just an early grenade being thrown. He's not going to commit to it, and again, I don't really blame him for it. Until he's got some backup. Earlier, Simple's been throwing flashbangs for him to peek behind, and I think that's a perfectly, you know, reusable model. Just recycle that again and again if you can.
Electronic spotting and now hearing the nades landing outside. That's a deep smoke wall and denying warehouse as well. Oh, he's gonna come right through it. There's that flashbang you mentioned, but just way too many bodies. Electronic has seen enough times that Glaive is sometimes the only one there, so in his head it's worth the risk, but no chance to get away. And look at the position Glaive's in now. Remember, he backstabbed Simple previously, sneaking into warehouse.
And he just called it. I'm pretty sure that's what we just saw. He said, you know what, Magus, get Dupree, just go back. I'm out here waiting. We still have 50 seconds. If you can make any distraction, then, yeah, I'm right in behind the enemy lines. Perfecto, though, is set up, and Boomich is there as well. They've got a pretty lethal double if anyone tries to come and push. Flamey and Simple now over at the ramp, and there's Boomich pushing in, but instantly down, and Dupree. Those are some beautiful kills. And look at Glaive. He's just ready to catch this rotation. Should be almost no way for Flamey or anyone else to read this.
Oh, double flashbang. Simple's a bit blind.
Oh, wait.
25 seconds.
Oh, this is very awkward. Where do they want to go with this? Actually, for some weird reason, Flamey and Simple are in pretty winnable positions now. He's made his way up the ladder, and Simple, that should be the end of him. If Flamey was still around there when he'd caught Glaive, this would have been such an awkward round, but they managed to thread the needle somehow. This is a strange round.
It's such a patient round from Astralis, and if you're a defender, especially Simple in that upper bomb site, there's just way too many places that you have to be cautious of. That is a well-crafted attack from Astralis, and listen, here's the tough part. As good as this defense has looked for Navi, they're about to get their money taken away. It's all gone after this. They're going to be broken, and then Astralis is right back in this so quickly.
Flamey wanted to hold on to the M4. Would be great if they could use it for some magic of their own in the upcoming round. A little bit late on the trigger there.
I don't think he was expecting that kind of a hunt. I don't think he was expecting them to be there so quick, especially moving so quietly. 8-4. Timeout called by Navi.
Yeah, a little bit of comms. There's that flashbang through, and I was advocating for that very thing, but as you said, a lot of people out there all of a sudden. This from Dupree, though, is really great.
That transfer over to Perfecto is pretty brutal. I thought that might have been with two players in HUD, kind of send one player and see if they walk right into the second player behind him, but the double peek just does not pan out. A lot of stress here in the studio. Not those guys, they're having a good time.
He's not stressed at all.
No.
Well, we do sometimes see that from the member of the audience, but yeah. Right now they're enjoying themselves. 8-4, ladies and gentlemen. Almost coming to a close here at the second map. First half still. Let's see what they can do. They only have some upgraded pistols and that 1 HE on electronic. This will be, should be, a very, very difficult round to win. And they've already had one of these rounds, Navi, that they sort of stole away. Expecting a second one, and some wishful thinking, isn't it? And they're not really doing anything out of the ordinary. Just waiting, hoping for an Astralis mistake somewhere.
Glaive's so quickly into secret. A lot of control, a lot of information, and a lot of different options available to him at this point. But look at how far back, how patient, and how cautious the rest of Astralis is. Nobody's moving. Everyone's quiet across the map, holding lobby. And with Glaive in that position, they don't have to worry about a push outside either.
Yeah, they're waiting for quite a while. Again, Glaive playing alone out there. I mean, the only danger in a round like this is obviously if he went down and someone could pick up the rifle.
Tough part is the kind of stack that's in this lower bomb site is in the bomb site itself. So no real information that they're already down secret. Now there's noise being made, some utility being thrown, but Navi's put a lot of players down there, and Glaive's about to pop up this vent. It's the upper bomb site is the end point of attack, and Simple has spotted one.
They're going to switch it around. They just keep everyone guessing. It's so hard. Simple wants to go back down there. Flamey getting checked. That's some heads-up play with 20 seconds left. You don't want to leave anything to chance, and Boomich, just I think the tip of his boot showing, and that was going to be the end of him no matter what. Simple and Perfecto. Not really much they can do. Late in the round for Astralis to be running this, but once they got it running, it was pretty much perfect.
Well, they were very patient waiting for Glaive to make the call, to have the information in secret, in vents. He didn't see anything. He knew they were turtled up into the bomb site, so they could cautiously walk across the map, clear that final box and ramp room, and then, I mean, it's just a slaughter. So 8-5, and then Navi's going to have the guns back in hand in the next round.
And they do need to put a stop to Astralis. 5 rounds is, you know, that's enough that you could get a lot working. And Navi...
And this is not a great map for Navi.
No,
so
it's really not.
You want as many rounds as humanly possible. Their T-sides at times have looked sloppy, uncoordinated. At least in this map, at least here, they have the addition of Flamey. Even Perfecto's at 9 kills. They've had some guys around Simple and Electronic showing up and battling back.
Yeah, there's been much more to talk about for Navi this time around. That's absolutely true. But you worry about once Astralis get to that CT side, if they're off to a strong start. They've got so many tricks of their own and a lot of resources. Again, we've been hyping up Glaive playing the yard, so I wonder if we're going to get to actually see that come true on the second half or not. From us, MP9, AWP on Simple, that is always worth talking about. And looks like they might try and challenge him, and that was at least a mistake from Glaive's point of view. He was ready for that one.
I can't believe he caught that. That looked like Glaive was going to get around the corner, but just barely picks him off. But again, one player has slid past, and look at the hold from Zip. He's already out Squeaky Door. Perfecto has no idea just yet. He's so close. Electronic is going to save the day, and that takes the attention away from Perfecto in the site. He's there, but he hasn't had to do anything yet because of his teammates.
Yeah, Simple came in from the high ground helping him out. Otherwise, I think he was also about to get flanked anyway. So really well timing here for Navi in terms of when they were taking some of these fights. Leaving Device in a 1 versus 4. That could have been a disaster.
Even Magus walking out third after like both of his teammates got all the way to the bomb site with no resistance, and then Perfecto pounces, and he's got to be wondering why he's the unfortunate one to not have that space to work with. Device in a 1 versus 4, now spotted out, but obviously not a great fight for the SMG.
No, but just, you know, annoyance obviously getting found out, not even getting the element of surprise here. To do a little bit of damage, not going to be relevant. Simple will take him down. 3rd kill of the round for him. Electronic and Simple still leading the way, but as you said, not quite in the same fashion as on Train. 15th round coming up, and I don't know, I think Astralis are all right with having 5 rounds, but getting that last one on the board, it's just always nice, isn't it? Just makes you feel good.
They have the money for it. Full buy for Astralis, thanks to that 3-round run in which they had plenty of players surviving. AWP and Device's hands on the offense. I think this is the first time we've seen the AWP on the T side here on Nuke. And we'll see if it catches anyone off guard. He's burning. Good damage from Boomich and the cleanup from the Molotov.
That actually is a classic play towards that squeak door. People do that all the time. And it gets completely shut down. So now what's plan B for Astralis? Obviously plan A was cracking that open. You get the kill on the guy in mini, and suddenly that yard is a very, very different kind of thing to have to try and deal with. And now Navi playing this one very defensively. Inside of A, all the way back. I mean, the ramp and hell. Looks like they might try and pinch it again. Same kind of setup, just with, you know, 1 person less. Glaive at least getting close, but yeah, he's just gonna make a left in through the smoke, and that's a problem for Electronic. He's about to be in a lot of trouble here. He gets the 1. I can't believe he's still alive. Glaive will open it up, but Electronic now with the Molotov out, he's buying so much time, and Boomich showing up, and Electronic, he goes down eventually, but he just bought so much time for his team. As Simple dropping the bomb. Here's 10 rounds for Navi at the end of the half, and in a phenomenal job. Electronic ending at 19-9. That is
task in the second half. 10-5 lead. Navi needs 6 rounds to bring this into a 3rd map.
Now is the time for it. They're going quick out into the yard. A little bit of a staggered push, so they don't group up on top of each other, but Magus, a double headshot will give a chance here for Astralis to still bring it back. It's a 3-on-3. A quick flank coming in. Glaive on the one side, Sip here on the other side, and Device is in mini. They've got them pretty much triangled in, and can they find just one opening? If someone from Navi dies now, then I don't think the rest will be able to hold it. They need that opening fight right here, even with the bomb down. This is very, very tricky. A chance. He saw that long-range Device. He definitely knew. Doing a little bit to try and see if he could do it, but oh, Glaive going down. That's a great headshot for Perfecto. Sip will take another one. Still a 2-on-2, and it's still doable for Navi. They could maybe win it, but Sip running right onto the site, and Electronic will go down. One time there where he wasn't able to stand tall, and Astralis, even without the kit, they're going to get the round, and that's huge for them.
That really is. Just, they could not get out of that bomb site, even with the Glaive kill. Boomich was such an important position inside Hut to hold Zipnik's back. What a great flank, even with Glaive falling. The plant is going to help. They can buy in this round if they choose to, Navi. It would be a bit bold, but a brilliant retake and a nice initial hold from Magus, doing everything he possibly could.
This is, I mean, the fact that they couldn't get away from the bomb side, I think is so significant. They would have been able to play for time a lot more if they could have run around and sort of, try to bait them out.
They have gone for the buy. 2 AK-47s, the Krieg on Simple. That's going to be outside. Perfecto with 1 AK-47 as well, but at the moment, they don't want to mess with the Device. A lot of smokes up. Oh, but Device being, I feel like he just played a very risky game considering Electronic's position.
Yeah, he was out there without a wire, wasn't he? No net or anything. Gotta be careful.
Now, here comes the other tough part for Navi. Not only do they only have the 3 rifles and no armor on Boomich, but not a lot of utility to make this work. They're going to have to be very efficient with their smokes. They've got 1 flashbang Molotov HE and 2 smokes to utilize.
And Magisk has the AUG outside. I mean, they have a Krieg as well on Simple, but just that, the scope is going to help at the distance if you're fighting one of the AKs or one of the Deagles. So that could be interesting all on its own.
I have to imagine they want to attack Mini, put those smokes out. There's that wall to get the secret. Device is going to peek up. Nobody looking. That's 1 Deagle down. Big win for Electronic. Put the hot hand in the trade position.
Probably not really necessary for Device to keep fighting that. I guess that's just one of those, flex kind of plays where you really, really want to show that you've got a Dupree. He's been sneaking through the smoke, and that's actually a disgusting play. Now, Simple will take down Magisk, so can this play be put into play? Dupree can't just run. They'll hear him if he does, so he's going to be sticking around instead, trying to call it out. Glaive and Sip on the other side. Molotov to buy some time, and that Molotov is amazing. 18 seconds left. Simple and Flamey still fighting back, and they'll get it right back. Flamey will burn Dupree. That Molotov and Mini could have been, and maybe should have been, the end of Navi in that round, but they just fire right back.
The delay tactics, and that might be a situation of miscommunication between Dupree and Glaive, both essentially fighting from the same position, coming up the vent and opening the door. That gives away 2 players' position, and even though they can't get into the bomb site just yet, more than happy with those rifles to take those fights. That's the second time we've seen Navi lose the pistol and convert the second round. They did it on Train as well, which gave them a decent start, even though they eventually collapsed. But 11-6 now, Nuke is getting interesting.
Yeah, it's getting to a strange point right now. Simple taking down Device outside. Again, they just have pistols, but yeah, what a strong start for Navi in this map. Inferno to decide it if it gets to it. We all love that.
Oh, good shot from Glaive coming up in the stairs. Smoke to delay even longer. And Boomich knows exactly where Zipnix is.
Now there is Magisk sneaking up right where Glaive just came from. So yeah, he's sneaking a kill on Electronic. That's kind of cool because it's almost like Glaive was ready to sacrifice himself to just sell that idea. Boomich going down to Sip. And now they can't lose this round. They need to win it.
This has gotten way too disorganized. They have completely lost the plot in this round, Navi, and it's up to Flamey and Simple to try and recover it. And Simple has very low HP. Flamey not too much better. Towards the lower bomb site we go. Dupree can be there very fast, and Magisk playing at an awkward angle in the windows. That's going to be tough to clear considering all the different angles there are in that bomb site.
Yeah, you need someone planting the bomb while the other guy is essentially playing a bodyguard. If you don't find a kill before you get into that situation, it's not easy at all. 30 seconds on the clock, and yeah, just trying to make anything work, but they need a gift right now for Astralis. They need someone to walk into just a free kill.
Oh, that's a big fight for Flamey. Simple's going to get into the upper bomb site. They've caused enough of a distraction to open this up. Somehow Navi have gotten in this position without really taking a whole lot of fights. And that's a big find for Zip.
Long range with the MAC-10, but the headshot did it. Flamey, HE up there. Sip. Oh, he's going to explode. He actually got that. This could get very interesting. A double kill for Flamey. Both players now left with just basically one bullet's worth of health left.
No
and he's got the idea. Flamey will get it. A triple for him. Clutching the round for Navi. It almost spun out of control. But they did it 12-6.
It's almost a benefit a little bit that round almost spiraled away from him, because that's where you just kind of say, you won it, you got away with one, you can take a deep breath and just say, guys, we cannot let this happen. That's when you get everyone centered back in. What a nice 2 versus 3 to play. So much distraction towards that lower bomb site, and Astralis bit on that. They bit the fake, which opened everything up. Good clutch from Flamey.
Different look for Simple.
Seems happy.
Yeah,
he doesn't need that hug. He doesn't have the migraine.
Finally solved it. Boomich taking some damage, but only as a Mach 10, so doesn't really matter that much. USPs on the other side, except for Sip with the Deagle. This should be a more relaxing round for Navi.
Listen, he got Zeus on train. He wanted to get it back. He wanted to at least go even. Navi starting to be pretty suffocating here on the T side of Nuke. 5-on-3 with a 6-round lead.
I feel like this is unfair. The odds, you know, still 3-1. I mean, it's down from 6-1, but, you know, should give them more credit.
Remember, it's for the whole series. It's not just for the map.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that's true. Inferno still could pose a bit of an issue. But they've cleaned up 2 kills in this round, regardless. And I don't mind that they're slow playing this, as long as they leave themselves a good, you know, 20, 25 seconds to actually get in and get the bomb plant down. It'll be all right.
That's a prayer from Device. Oh, okay. Well, it's answered. It's answered in a big way.
Flank not working out. Just gonna have to pray a lot harder right now.
He's gonna have to have all the gods.
Just double down. Flamey will end the round, and just nicely handled round from Navi. You like to see this kind of thing where it doesn't spiral out of control and they're just able to keep it on their own side of the field, basically. 13-6. 3 more rounds for Navi, and they'll find a way to extend this on to Inferno. I don't think many people were expecting that at all. I think you know, people were already yelling at you on Twitter, I noticed, for even entertaining the fact that Navi could do something here.
Felt a little bit unreasonable.
Well, it's social media. What do you expect?
13-6.
And Astralis need to go on a fairly comprehensive run right now. They obviously need to win this round, but then they just have to string so many of them together. And, you know, on some classic version of Nuke that was played a couple of years ago, that wouldn't be impossible at all. But this new version it's way friendlier to the T side. Way more stuff can be done. So it's going to be rough for the Danes, no doubt about it.
They're running out of nades as well in this round. 1 smoke, 2 flashes to work with. Over a minute left for Navi to slowly progress across the map and use their own nades to kind of clear things out. Molotovs to help cover things, but he's caught. He did not go anywhere where he wanted to. Electronic brought down to 35 HP. Dupree already downstairs.
They have 1 flashbang and no defuse kit on Astralis. That's it.
Well, the nice thing is they have Dupree and they have Zip in the lower bomb site as well. So they have 2 players down here. If the hit does eventually come in, they've got manpower to defend against it, even if they don't have the utility. Yeah,
that much is true. Outside spotted, 35 seconds, and a strong kill for Dupree, falling back, buying more time, and time is decided what Navi just don't have right now. They're getting a couple of kills in return, but Sip is still down here waiting, and are they going to actually have time to go for it now? Perfecto's got the bomb, and they need to make a move. Yeah, it really is, isn't it? The one thing you don't want to see right now. They have to make this work. They're playing around with the door at the moment, 15 seconds on the clock, and Sip, he's surely calling it in now. They jump through, the bomb is on the floor, and Sip, oh! He's going to come up with a big double kill.
Can he get there in time?
7 seconds left, and I don't know, the bomb is not picked up. No, they're gonna run out of time. They just cannot do it. Oh dear.
They could have pulled the trigger. They sat and waited for like 10 seconds. They had plenty of time to make that same exact play. And that is all the early rotation down. I mentioned, especially with that 1 player, Perfecto getting that trade kill. They thought that'd be it. They didn't think there was gonna be a second player inside the site. That's brutal. That takes the wind out of your sails.
We've seen them many times run up against exactly that kind of a situation, so that's why everyone is a bit tense all of a sudden. 13-7, and Glaive playing at the edge, not going to go back for it, and I think that's smart.
He missed his initial salvo and he just bailed out. That's a really smart decision, not even messing with the fight. Smoke wall set up again. This time it's just the 1 player, Electronic.
Yeah, playing kind of a, again, just with Electronic out there. If this was the other side, it would have been Glaive, you know, hanging around out. He can spend some time this time clearing out the lower part of the map. Oh, but Boomage going down to Device on the Org. And the rest of the team, they were sort of waiting for Electronic to make a call, right? They want him to at least get some information, clear a little bit of the way. Now losing a player in the middle of it.
This time there's no one downstairs. There's no one even in secret for Astralis. It's almost like they're calling the bluff. Like, yeah, go downstairs again if you want. They almost don't even have the information. Zip can get there pretty quick from ramp room, but he's got to have some kind of advanced warning. Now he's moving into position, but he can't commit into the bomb site.
He can't, but Device is actually about to flank them. If they spend another, 10 seconds here, Device is probably going to be walking up behind them pretty quickly. Flamey would have been the catch Device almost, but he's not quite ready. Now they're out in the bomb site. Sip is down there, ready and waiting. 30 seconds on the clock, and they're going to go straight for the bomb plant, but they don't expect Sip, and he almost could have lined up that double kill. Quick reaction from Electronic will take him down. With the bomb planted now, and they walk right in. Device not ready for it. Huge double kill coming out from Electronic, and now a 4 versus 3. The bomb ticking away. Make is getting a kill, but the returns are there, and Flamey actually stopping that, and a beautiful headshot to take them down. 14 rounds on the board for Navi.
Oh, I started to get nervous again. 14-7.
Yeah.
When Zip got in that position, when he finally did commit to Dark, I thought that would be a very powerful play. Good heads up. You know, Electronic is having a phenomenal series. At this point on Nuke,
Truly.
He's 26-15. He was one of the 2 players stepping up on train, him and Simple. He deserves a steak dinner.
Let's get him it's ordered right now. Styling. Yeah, that was, I mean, Flamey on that late lurk. That's a position that Astralis won't be watching for. They just had Device walk that way.
And I mean, at the same time, they're probably starting to think maybe we should start saving these guns. Look at the cash that they have. Going into round 22, they don't have a lot to fight with, and that is laying out the red carpet for Navi to get up to 15. And with this much of a disparity in the scoreline, out of the timeout, Astralis is just going to force up. They have to go for it. 4 Deagles and the scout on Zip.
Yeah, they're all in at this point. Who could blame them? 14-7. Navi playing a very cool game on Nuke. I think to a lot of people, certainly to my surprise, would have definitely picked Astralis to pick up this one. It leaves a question open for what exactly Inferno is going to be like, but we may get to find out. That's a very passive start for Navi. They really don't want to give them a chance here. It's not even inching anywhere at the moment, which is fine. I mean, there's still 1 minute and 15 seconds, so...
Everyone just holding on to utility. Now it's coming out. A deep diagonal smoke wall to allow Navi to get close up towards Mini. They can do a lot with this. Little bit of damage goes out onto Electronic, who's been the strong player for Navi. Exchanged right back to Glaive, who's lucky to be alive, but I don't know if they'll expect. This is a pretty nasty off angle around the edge of the smoke. Electronic isn't gonna look. Some missed shots though, and boom it, she drops down. Double kill for Device, and they still cannot take him out.
Oh dear, they need this. I mean, they finally get it, but now the problem is the time that they spent. It wasn't a big problem before, but when they lose those opening fights, suddenly they have to be really scared. And look at that line that he's holding with the scout. Almost getting that tag, and if he had it, that actually would be a disaster. Still a 3-on-4 right now, but they need to get into a bomb site. 25 seconds, and the bomb is still in yard now, finally making its way into Mini, and they do get a bit of an opening, but the Pre's there with the return, and now the scout is up on high as well. The flashbangs are in, and they're doing so much damage. Navi, they need to close this game out right now, but I don't think it's going to be possible in this round. 8 seconds left, and Simple going straight for the bomb plant, but they're already on top of him, and that was the time that was left. Glaive just surviving on 2 health is all they need. And Astralis getting a second lease on life here.
They are, I mean, listen, Astralis is not a team that just fades away. They do not capitulate. They are making this as tough as humanly possible for Navi to close it out. And those are the rounds that can apply pressure to you. If you can't win this round against 4 Deagles and a scout, and you're Navi, you're one of those players, you're just wondering, why can't we find this in? Why aren't we winning these fights against the Deagles? That's a classic stall-out tactic from Astralis.
Yeah, and if you run out of money yourself, which they're about to do, suddenly you start to wonder about that round. You're like, oh man, we had the chance, and
that
now...
round, the one where the time ran out, but I like this from Electronic. He's gonna try and take it right back. An awkward fight in the open space, and oh, he just loses it. Good peek from Device, but the follow-up, 2 kills for Simple and Flamey, and now Simple's pressuring into the bomb site.
But he doesn't actually know about this corner. Dupree could maybe find the right timing. Instead of Simple executing him, and they might very well win this round. Sip jumping down to the low ground, taking a lot of damage, and he is done. 15 on the board for Navi, and that was I agree completely. What a cool way to open if you're Electronic. It's not even that, I mean, he could have very well had that kill, probably should have had.
And this is a small detail, and it's one of Simple getting off the bomb to get that final kill onto Zip, even saving his own Krieg. You don't pass over one of those rifles. You make that, you know, a costly victory and a save round for Astralis. They couldn't get a good buy, and now they're just reset again. And again, it's the same buy as we saw previously. 4 Deagles, 1 Scout, this time with less utility and no kits.
Great stuff to come out of Navi on Nuke. Maybe converting a couple of more people into believers. Gonna need all the support they can get, I reckon, for the third map. But Astralis never really getting off the ground in this particular map. We saw some, you know, some interesting rounds, some good conversions where maybe they shouldn't have won some rounds, but it didn't ever sort of get the boulder rolling here, and that's a problem. They won 3 in a row, and then that's more or less it on that first half, right?
This timing on that push is insane. Oh my God, Electronic. If he didn't punch his monitor, fair play.
Just the restraint.
That's got to be so frustrating. 5 on 4, another wrinkle. As Navi try and take this victory.
If they lose this round, Navi, again, their money is going to be miserable. And, you know, at 15-9, that's so within striking distance. They need to go right now and finish this game right here. Meg is taking down another one. It's 5 on 3. I don't know how much more of this I can handle. 30 seconds on the clock, and yeah, they need to move. And they're running into a hugely stacked bomb site. They're all here. The bomb actually trying to make its way down, seeing if they could find a way. Boomich will get a kill on Dupree, and at least they're down. 18 seconds, and now can they actually find a way to put that bomb down and get a little bit of pressure back on? Now, instead, it's Boomich dropping. Simple waiting. Perfecto getting a kill and taking down Device. 8 seconds. He opens a door and he finds it. 5 seconds. I'm not sure if Simple can even run here close enough. One more time. Oh, it's hard to watch. 15-9. Navi, this is too painful.
Despite the fact that this is so stressful and so frustrating for Navi, you have to say they're having an excellent T-side when you think about the fact 2 of the rounds they lost are to these Deagles, right? They've lost now 2 Deagle buys, and the other round they lost was, you know, letting the time pretty much run out before executing. Other than that, their T-side has been great. They've been running over Astralis outside of these few hiccups, but you know, if you keep letting Astralis back in the game like this, eventually they're going to punish you for it.
That's what's the back of my mind as well. Like, you know, one of these days, they won't get reset. They won't, you know.
And this is what hurt them as well against Vitality yesterday. Is they lost a lot of the rounds to Deagles, a lot of those force buy rounds. Remember, RPK had a couple of those, that crazy Deagle clutch, a 1 versus 3 in the A bomb site of Inferno.
Yeah.
They do not have a very good game plan against low buys.
In that last round of your Perfecto, and you're just, you know, putting in the digits for the bomb, and you hear the sound of that door, but you're like, oh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want to hear at that point in time.
Simple still with the Krieg from the previous round, so let him see what he can do with it. He's in lobby, everyone just following and marching behind.
One Krieg, I mean, again, it's a little bit of a prayer for them.
But it's on Simple.
It's on Simple.
So the prayer seems a bit more likely.
He's got some kind of direct, you know, line of God, just anytime he wants. Boomich will be the one to do it, and that's what the Glock taking down Magus. And there's Simple following it up. Navi having a little bit of luck in this round. The bomb, they need a quick bomb plant here, and that's a beautiful grenade landing right on top. But
no.
Is it actually going to matter? 2 versus 3, and Sip jumping down with the Scout. He's point blank range, not using the pistol, and that might be it. A 1 versus 3. Bomb is going down on the other side, even as Device does get the kill. They might have found a way here, Navi. He's trying his best, but this is a USP, and they run away. Now he's in trouble.
No.
Down behind, he's looking for it. No armor on Perfecto, but he still gets it done! 16-9, and Navi take us to map number 3.